PH teams, so like Buck and Dylan are putting on. The math is good if you're into the math and you want to acquire points. Like, it makes sense. I think people should consider that option. I don't think it's the only option though, right? Like, there's a volume bonus for the sacrifice, right? So if you're in a pool, you're more likely to get a larger volume bonus. They're charging like a fee based off the volume bonus portion only, so not off the entire sacrifice. I think it's at 16% or something like that. Maybe it goes up over time. I'm not part of that team, so I can't speak for them directly. One thing to consider though for people is like, like this sacrifice is a sacrifice, and nothing is guaranteed. It's not guaranteed that you're getting any tokens. And the entity running the sacrifice may or may not look favorably upon pools as a concept. I think there's not a 0% chance that they could be opposed to that concept. It is a sacrifice for no middlemen. So, like maybe I would go 50-50. Maybe I'd sacrifice some directly from my wallet to the official sacrifice wallet. And maybe I do some from pools, like the one that Buck and Dylan are running. That seems like a good moderation play for me. But as far as that team goes, like the PH team, Buck and Dylan, they have 3 things out on the chain. They're all secure. They've all run well. They haven't rugged anybody. I trust those guys. So, I can definitively give them that endorsement. I don't think they're stealing the money. As far as what happens though, or whether that's the play, I think everybody has to make up their own mind. If you're interested in the pool, best to find Dylan or Buck on X and follow the links from there. Don't get scammed. There's lots of scammers. Many people will.
They are coming out of the woodwork right now.
They're huge.
Yeah.
They are sniffing this out, and it's like another sack, and yeah. If you get any DMs from random people,
see them pop up.
Careful.
In like one of the admin rooms, I put forward like, hey, somebody banned this scammer in the Hex room or the Pulse X room, and one of the old school admins accidentally banned me in all RH rooms instead.
Oh no.
Which was, and then he figured it out, and he's like, oh, sorry, I banned you in 7 rooms. So I'm like, okay, I got to rejoin all these rooms. I went and rejoined all the rooms. The moment I pressed join in each room, my Telegram started ringing, right? Like it was like 3 or 4 competing scammers trying to get to me first before I could even read the disclaimer message saying that all DMs, all calls are scams.
Wow.
That popped up when you join the Hex Telegram room. Like these guys are on it. And everybody can set their Telegram so that other people cannot call you. Like no one can call you, or only your contacts can call you. I intentionally leave it off so that I can see scammers like this coming and going, and I can be like, oh, ban that guy. So I, 3 or 4 of them got banned in that process, but like they are freaking on it. Don't trust any DM. It's 100% a scam. Assume that all the time. I've heard some terrible stories that I won't share because I don't want to dox anybody's pain. But like in the last 3 months, like good people have lost funds on PulseChain from scammers. And that happens all over crypto. It's not just PulseChain, but Telegram in particular is very dangerous. Trust no one who sends you a private message. Only get help in public. Be very careful with your details. Never share your seed phrase or private keys, no matter what anyone says, right? Even if it's someone you really trust and they want your seed phrase or private keys, no longer trust that person. It's always bad.
What's your opinion on it, Cabana? It seemed like you might have had an idea of what you has had some thoughts on pools. What do you think?
I mean, I just touched on it earlier. Like, one, you have the game theory angle concerning the founder of the thing, and will he say something during this sack phase? Will there be proof of life? I mean, we're all doing this kind of like without a proof of life, and I say that kind of like half-heartedly, but at the same time, it's like, okay, well, this is the first sack that we've ever had that we're just going by an X account, and so it is funny to think of that way. I, kind of considering many factors, I don't think that's a worry at all, but yeah, so that's that to think about. The pool thing is another side that I wanted to get Fast's take on there, because that could go some different ways. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, well, what if God whale comes in at the very end and takes everybody's lunch or whatever. And it's like, that wouldn't really make a whole bunch of sense depending upon how much is sacrificed, because then, if you get a huge amount, in at the very end and it dwarfs everybody else, then you're kind of the exit liquidity in a sense, because you wouldn't be able to move all of that supply as easy as if it's, bigger pieces all over the place. You just have, a few different entities, with large pieces. So it's like, okay, well, nuke the price on yourself. So that's interesting to consider.
One scenario that I think is totally possible based off past actions is that the OA comes in right at the end, super dilutes everybody, so it maybe doesn't matter how big your bonus is, but you're still getting the tokens. So that could make the concept of the pools like it wouldn't be a loss. It could be more of a net neutral. But it would be still overall bullish if that happens, because if the OA has 97% of the tokens, like that is a bullish thing in my books. But the pooling, if the OA took the top 14 positions on purpose somehow, would become much less attractive, right? It would be almost like you didn't do it. And I wouldn't be shocked if something like that happened, but like it still wouldn't be a loss that you entered a pool. But yet that's where it's like, 50-50. Do I go in the pool or do I sacrifice directly, or do I not sacrifice, which is 100% a valid choice. I feel in some ways this sacrifice is not meant for us. You cannot send your PulseChain tokens. All right. You can't send hex on any chain. Right. And Richard posted recently financial advice from someone else who had given him financial advice that he thinks about often, that, it's a good way to invest is to not sell things for less than you paid for them. To me, that was a note to say, don't sell your pulse, don't sell your hex if you're not in profit, and pretty much no one is. That's what I took from it.
But even if he does that, right, with the pulse, so you may not know this, Cabana, but Fast and SJ did. That's what we did, was pools, right? Mm-hmm. I still had 2.13% multiplier on the PulseX pool. I was in profit for 2.1 times longer than most people were, right? And having a bunch of guys that are sacking anywhere from $400,000 to $5, right, in our pool, takes that whole top tier of horsepower and distribute it to everybody from minnows to whales. So I think pools are good. I would much rather have, if we take a look at some of the whales today, I would much rather have that multiplier in the hands of somebody, an ordinary user, than somebody.
More people, right? A greater number. And that's better than one guy.
And we actually beat God Whale in the LL pool, and so there's we were the top pool amongst a lot of different sacrifices, and those people that were in our pools were in profit much longer than anybody else. The only reason I would think to sacrifice on your own is when it came to Pulse and PulseX, everybody thought that there was going to be some airdrops. I haven't seen any freaking airdrops, you guys. I had wallets that I sacrificed for directly just for the airdrop theory, right? I have not seen airdrops.
Do it from like 20 different wallets and whatnot. I did the same thing. I did the same thing with like MetaMask when there were thoughts of like that having a token one day, and I was just transferring, creating wallets.
Airdrops is over. It's not a thing anymore.
And the tokens that did get airdropped are Destiny attack tokens that I shouldn't even touch, right? So it just encumbers those wallets where I don't even want to touch them anymore. So I'm not sure if I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would do the 50-50 approach. Maybe if you wanted to have airdrop wallet, but bottom line is the pools are going to generate you more financial horsepower.
The math does favor that, but like you still have to look at the visuals of it, of like, RH may or may not be in favor of the pooling option. There could be some benefit to not pooling, but like I have nothing to back that up. It is speculation. But you're totally right about the math of it. Of like, yeah, you do better in the pool as far as points from the rules as they've been laid out, and that was proven twice now with the other sacrifices already. Right, so yeah, there's a benefit.
And what I like about the pools, or at least the existing one, and probably I would guess, with the, any others that come about, is that they're likely, people, true believers in the system. And, those are, the kind of people that I root for. The little guys, I've seen, what whales do when they have such a big supply and they just keep a lid on any price appreciation. So it'd be interesting to see if this one actually did play out a little opposite of what Fast was suggesting, which I think will likely happen. I think, OA will come in because there's a lot of ETH floating out there, or in a tornado, cloud somewhere. But like a fun little thing is to think about, what if it did? What if just the SAC amount it got up to like 9 million or whatever, and then that was it? Those are the people that get it. And then say the OA just buys everybody's blood and then lets them hemorrhage and then accumulates tokens that way. Not going to happen, I don't think, but that would be interesting to see, like the opposite approach. And that would be like a much more even token distribution. Yes, you're going to have whales. I think there are some out there that are sacking like 100, 200K or whatever. You're always going to have that. You're not going to get away from it. But it's also not like one guy in for like $5 million yet. So
it's like it's still 100 times less volume than the PulseX sacrifice at $10 million, which it is not close to right now, right? Yep. And we won't know for until the end of the bonus period what it's going to be, but it's for sure going to be a way lower sacrifice amount. So if it went the way you said, Cabana, and the OA doesn't come in and the whole sack is $10 million, like, yeah, if you had a piece of that, that'd be the lowest market cap RH token in existence, right?
And that would also be the easiest to absolutely pump to Jupiter.
It's that all comes down to we're going to find out, you guys, right? So if this rate per 10,000 points starts ratcheting up in 6 days, right? You're going to see big players come in the next 6 days if they're gonna play, because there's no big players out there that are going to want to get less points per dollar than other people, unless it's RH and he's sacking funds to himself, basically, right?
You can do that at any point. It won't be about points. Like, it could be in the last 5 days where there's the worst rate where almost no one else will be sacrificing. That could be where the OA would come in and do something like that, because it really wouldn't matter what the rate was for that purpose. The other play here, though, is I think some people, as we get towards the end of this period, like, they're going to be more and more tempted to sell their PulseChain assets to turn them into assets that are accepted. So, like, the other play is to buy the dip on, the things you know and love that have been around for years.
Yeah, this next 7 days, that's a great point. And I was thinking about that earlier today. If you're squeamish about your coins, I hate to be in your shoes for the next week, because I think we're going to get some swings in price, and probably not the favorable kinds, just because of what Fast just said there. It's like people are going to, the alarm's going to, sound, and people are going to realize this is your last chance to get into the thing. And that might be the final shakeout. So if you have some stables and you would like some cores, maybe you get like your chance, your fat pitch in the next 7 days. So
could be the thing. But the problem is that like, this is public information, so a lot of people think they're geniuses with the same plan that we just came up with, right?
That's
so right. It may not play out exactly like that. It's just there's a little too much information out there. Our secret alpha is not too secret, but like, or it could play out exactly like that. And on the last day, when for the best rate, we could see a fantastic dip that will only last for 3 hours. That's completely possible.
And you saw, like, as soon as the SAC was announced, I think it was like, I don't know, a couple 100,000 in cores was just instantly
30%.
Yeah, trashed. And there it was, but that was the band-aid that said founder mentioned.
Yep.
What did we hit, you guys? 16, 17 for Pulse?
Right about there. And it hasn't hit that again since, but we're still hovering around that 2 mark, right? Which is historically pretty low. One thing that I've noticed in the past, probably you guys have too, is that when Richard calculates X's on his tokens, like Hex, for example, he doesn't go off of the launch date. He goes off of the all-time low. So something to ponder.
Right. And just to answer a question from Hans, St. Wolf was had something to do, and he did a last minute cancel. So apologize for that. I know his pictures on the video and everything, but it wasn't clickbait. He was supposed to be here, but
clickbait though. I still like. I might put his picture on there anyway. But.
Yeah, we'll put his picture on everyone, and hopefully he shows.
Yeah, we're great.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, I wish that there was when we did these pools, especially with RH tokens on some of the larger pools, we did no fee at all, right? So I was just hoping that there would be enough people that would join the pool that would increase my rate of the money that I put in, right? That's the only way I made money on my pools, was that the rate that I got was greater than that had I sacked by myself, and through that got massive multipliers every time. I don't know of any no fee pools out there though right now. I don't think that.
I don't. I know of meme tokens. I would stay shy of that myself, based on what I understand about the math of meme tokens that claim they're connected to the sacrifice. I don't think the math plays out. I'm not going to go into any more detail on that.
You're not?
Oh, please do.
Yeah, because that was very enticing, but I would like to hear more details on that.
I'm going to go with the risk. What does Richard call it? Just the risk of talking about something that is not good versus telling everybody about it. I think the risk is in favor of not talking about it right now.
Gotcha. Imaginary horribles, is that what you're trying to think of?
No, not imaginary horribles. It's like like a risk, giving an audience to something that is risky, and it's better just to ghost it. And
just like how he never talked about PDI at all until everybody already knew about it. Then he came out. That was why he never mentioned PDI before, when everybody was screaming about this and that, and he just ignored it. But he wasn't ignoring it. He wasn't giving it attention that would draw in more people until it was already past the point where it was relative. And then
Lights Out's got it. He said risk diode. That's what it is.
Risk diode. Thank you, sir.
Very, very cool. Lights Out stayed for the whole stream. That's a good sign.
I think we went over all the good stuff here. Let's call it a day.
Yeah, let Cabana get some food. Call it a day. I'll go give my wife a breather with a puppy. She will love that. Yep. Well, thank you everybody for joining our stream, and have a great Thanksgiving if you're not in Canada. Hope you have a good time with your family. Get to see some people and give some thanks. And truly, I am thankful for the Griffith Foundation. They've been doing some great work. SJ, RG3, and everybody else that's been involved with that, trying to keep our chain in the forefront of the socials, whether it be X, Instagram, TikTok. Appreciate all of you guys, big time.
100.
Thank you.
All right. All right, with that, you guys, I'm going to drop us all down. We'll go out with some old school hex music, okay?
Woo.
All right. Which one do you guys want? So, some Welcome to Crypto from Corey? How's that sound?
Can never go wrong with Corey.
Yeah, never go wrong with Corey.
All
He's
right.
an investor.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Corey is an investor. That is true.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.
It's Bass God on the track.
Welcome to crypto. We out here getting figures. Stop gambling and trading stocks. They're financial killers. But see, with every upside there's a slide. An embodiment of crypto is Hex. We got a winner. My name is Corey, an investor, and I'm winning. A Hexagon for life. I just retired, now I'm chilling. But see, I took an early L. Friends thought I couldn't tell if Hex was some magic money, and I was under a spell. But I exhale, cause my research, it didn't fail. I invested in Hex, then became a whale. I'm making waves now. I tell you there's a way how to stake it and forget it and chill in Dubai or Cape Town. But after the highs, there's always a drought. And that's when the scammers, the FUD, and the wolves are out. I'm trying to educate just to mentally stimulate people who felt like me, like I'm always missing my break. That's why I wait, man, I sit back, observe the bait. A piece of cake when the finished product's on the plate. So don't wait, go to hex.com, mate. Cause Hexagons rep from the US to the Aussie state. Which means we down under, I mean we underground. I see you haven't heard of us, millionaires all around. You heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and blockchain though. Well, Hex is simply better code, Crypto 2.0. Welcome to crypto, we out here making figures. Stop gambling and trading stocks, they're financial killers. But see, with every upside there's a slide. An embodiment of crypto is Hex, we got a winner. So, back to the story, investors, they see the glory within Hex. Through a DEX is verified, we don't need a Maury, which means no middleman. No man to tell a story, stories told. It's on the blockchain, just a few years old. But this about the money, and money rules the world in politics. And if it's in the wrong hands, your baby girl, we're here to make a change. My mind's on future gains, we change the conversation, but the money made is insane. Are you a Hexagon or not? Does Hex always make new highs? The truth. Where all the haters at, shaking in they boots, while we show up to these conferences in $10,000 suits. That's something light, we ain't talking about the drinks of flight. Hexagons shine like you stargazing to the night. That's something light. Hexagons shine like you stargazing to the night. Welcome to crypto, we out here getting figures. Stop gambling and trading stocks, they're financial killers. But see, with every upside there's a slide. An embodiment of crypto is Hex, we got a winner.